This is part 2 of red flags you may or may not come across while you're dating slash being set up in an arranged marriage. I speak all of this from a female point of view, but pretty much all of these are red flags and they apply to everyone, no matter what your gender might be. If you have not heard part 1, check that out too. I loved every minute of it, and apparently, it is my third best episode of all time, which means y'all loved it so much. So, here I am making a part 2 of it. I hope you enjoy. Hi, this is Aditi, and you're listening to Kai Pan Aditi, where we talk about anything and everything, past, present, and future, and overthink it all. Yes, we do. New episode comes out every Sunday at 11 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Please rate and review my podcast if you choose to listen to every single episode of mine. वरना क्या point है, right? आप आधा 2 मिनट सुन रहे हो एंड देन मेरे को रिव्यू दे रहे हो 1 स्टार. आई मीन क्या पॉइंट हुआ, बिकॉज आई हैव लाइक 45 episodes by now, and yeah, at least give it a try. I talk about a lot of things, and there's something for everyone, I could say. Yeah. All right, number 1, people who do not know how to cook. Now, this is a very basic life skill that everybody needs to know to sustain, to survive, no matter their gender. Like how to boil an egg, how to cook vegetable. Like, I'm not asking for complex shit. Like, because even I cannot whip up complex shit, but just, you gotta know how to cook. The basic survival skills to chahiye hi. And I think knowing how to cook every single day for your own self, to sustain, to nourish yourself, to keep your mind and body fit is supremely hot यार. Supremely hot. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक पार्टनर बना रहा है खाना, दूसरा पार्टनर अपने काम में लगा हुआ है कि यार मैं नौकर हूँ क्या आपकी. You should come help, no. ऐसा है तो you should come help, take some time out, figure out, what timing works for both of them. Come in the kitchen. It's a great place. Cooking is even considered to be a therapy in some way or the other. For me, washing dishes is therapy, but yeah, you should figure out a time and start chopping vegetables if there needs to be food on the plate. I honestly, hate that system of women serving men on the table. All men have to do is sit on the table. Yeah. I hate that. That's just the Raja Beta treatment I don't stand for. Seekhoge kaise, right? And if you don't know, if you don't know how to cook, elevate yourself, work on yourself. There are so many free courses out there. Cooking classes hai, cookbooks hai, YouTube videos hai, blogs hai that talk about food and shows, and to just make something out of nothing. There's so much free resource out there. So please do not tell me you don't know how to make food, because if I can whip up 3 or 4 course meals, so can you. So can you. Number 2, they don't make time for you. That's just painful. The whole point of dating and being together is sharing time, going on dates, living life, making life together, having priorities aligned. And God forbids if you decide to have kids and you choose to solely focus on working to provide money. This emotional unavailability during the most formative year of children's life will cause them a lot of harm, aka also known as daddy issues, mommy issues, which I have. Just make time, take responsibility for your action, else simply don't get into a relationship. It's as simple as that, Having a relationship and dating is one thing. Getting married and keeping the chemistry alive takes a lot of effort. And marriage and dating is not for everyone. Let me just put this out there. It's okay to not be in a relationship. It's okay to not get married, irrespective of how much the society wants to drill this inside your brain. Yeah. Number 3, the person, the family judges you by your clothing, micro controlling family who does not allow you to wear a certain piece of item, or keeps tab on where you're going, who you're going out with, etc., etc. Like, these are like huge red flags. They have issues with whatever you do. It's best to set boundaries and understand expectation before committing into such marriage, and then later regretting it. Yeah, shit, yaar, aisa tha kya? Like, I did not even, I would have never then would have married this person. I think this is a significant one, important point for me, because recently my friend who got married earlier this year reached out to me about this, and honestly, that got me worried. I have a few friends who are married and I hear their problems. It seriously makes me question the whole concept of marriage. If marriage starts to make you feel like a prison, then you're not doing it right. Get the fuck out of there. Mental health over everything right now. Number 4, pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do, or simply you're not comfortable to do and they still want you to do it. Most of the guys I'm set up with in this arranged marriage system of things were, a certain kind of Gujaratis, certain religious whatever, and every guy came with a set of challenges. Some wanted me to follow the no onion, no garlic regulation. Some wanted me to fast. I have strong reservation around this sort of control and pressure. I am upfront and straight about my religion and my relationship with spirituality and God. Nobody the fuck can come pressure me into changing my religion or my last name or my connection with God or spirituality. Sometimes I do question people's motive. Here they are asking, for forgiveness, and in an hopes ki wo forgiveness in the form of fasting or whatever you do. But their consistent actions have been bad towards other humans. Yeah, I don't mess with such people. Also, the other thing about, fasting and all of that is that there is no, like, if you don't feel it, then you don't feel it. There's no point in doing it. मतलब आप कुछ कर रहे हो तो then you give your 110% is what I'm trying to say. But if you don't believe in such stuff and then you do it, it defeats the purpose of doing it altogether, right? You believe it or you don't. Just don't waste your time at the end of the day, because time is something that we do not have. Yeah. Number 5, when they don't understand priorities. So this friend of a friend is going through something similar, and I was honestly shocked how women even allow this to happen to themselves. I mean, I've started to question, does love make you really that blind that all the rational thinking goes out of the window? So this woman wants to get pregnant. Okay. The guy, the partner, knows about this. He spends his income on dumb shit like video games and drones and GoPro and all that shit, while knowing clearly that she's having trouble conceiving, which means IVF ka route lena pad sakta hai, which means money, and also the baby needs money. The planning of the baby takes a lot of effort and future planning. If you die tomorrow, who's going to take care of your child? Who is going to pay for the education? Do you have enough saved up for the future to happen? This is simply careless planning in an hope and want for a child who may or may not have a secure future. Number 6, they get jealous whenever you talk to your guy friend / girl friend, Now, insecurity and micromanaging who you interact with, just rubbish, just absolutely puking my gut out right now. See, we are all very individual people. We come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, lifestyle, and this is one of my worst ache Like, I hate it. And I hate the game that involves jealousy. And हाँ इसको jealous करेंगे तो she'll come running for me, or he'll come running. Just, I'm so over it. Are you a बच्चा right now? Are you a kid? Who are you? And so, I get it. Jealousy can be hot and all, but I never ever want my partner to feel insecure. Insecurity comes from a very self deprecating place of heart. Maybe it is you, or maybe it is the relationship that you've not made him, her feel confident. There was not enough trust in between you guys for them to feel insecure, and that just sucks. So you go back and you work on it. There needs to be a lot of self-healing, and self-healing that needs to happen, and acceptance from within that, hey, this is who I am and this is how we are going to mend that relationship. So my friend, my friend of a friend, again, a guy, let's call him Aman because I like the name. Aman was hanging out with his married friends. So this couple, let's call them Nitya and Naksh, and a couple of more friends, of course. Bada sa group tha. Aman was great friends with Nitya, and they were sitting and talking together, and Naksh started feeling jealous, and he got up in the middle of conversation and left the room, watching Aman and Nitya giggle, whatever. Nitya ran after him, and everyone in the group heard them shouting, fighting behind the door, and it got awkward pretty quickly. The question is, why does one feel insecure? Start talking it out, what needs to change, or the relationship would not sustain beyond that. Yeah. Number 7, the constant ultimatum of breaking up / filing for divorce. Now, I have not been there in such situation before, but I can feel it being extremely painful. No one deserves to be in a relationship full of ultimatums. If this happens, they've showed you who they are. Take it. Walk away. Number 8, secrets. If they are keeping secrets from you, never introducing you to their friends and family, gets angry when you touch his phone, sneaky behavior, yeah, chances are they already might have a primary partner, and you might be the mistress. Yeah, you don't want to be around such people. Number 9, asking for money from you, or they ask you for a place to stay कुछ दिनों के लिए ही सही, and you like him, you sort of really like him, and you're like, okay ठीक है, पैसा दे दोगे, या okay ठीक है, तू आजा घर पे मेरे रहने. This was something that happened very recently. So I came across this reel where he was talking about somebody meeting somebody on Tinder, and here's what went down. This guy asked if he could crash at this woman's place. She said yes, and she went inside. She closed her door. In the middle of the night, the guy started banging on the door really hard. Come out. I want to just talk. And like, she was like, no, I'm not going to come out. And she got really scared because it was middle of the night, and then she eventually made the decision to call 911. I think she was based out in New York. I don't know. She called up 911. The cops came, and they told her, thank God you did not come out, because as soon as she did, every single weapon this guy had was laid out on the floor, on the table. He had so many weapons on him, and of course he got arrested. But it was the craziest shit. They were like, thank God you did not come out, or you would not have been alive by the end of this, whatever. So you guys, it's some scary shitty people out there. Don't do it. Don't give anybody any money or a place to stay. If you've also not seen Tinder Splendor on Netflix, just watch it. I think you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Number 10, abuses your family. And this is a two-way street, of course. Nobody likes someone who does not understand. This is just so understandable. Outright abusing is just no, no. Making a show out of it, making a whole drama, unnecessary drama around it, and you've not signed up for such shit. That's all for today's episode. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.